live. There you go. You can still play music through there. Yeah, but it's not gonna project.
Not to live, but it will on your show.
Yeah.
Just saying.
True that. Alrighty, you guys are back on the bench with Bubba and Pink.
Quite a challenge to get on the air today.
Yeah, man. We had some issues today, unfortunately.
Got to overcome adversity to become great.
There's a lot of guys overcoming adversity these days, man.
Are they really?
In the sports world and entertainment world. So who are we to be any different?
We're supposed to be better.
Yes. On the bench with Bubba and Pink, home of sports, music, and mayhem.
Yeah.
We're talking about a lot of stuff today, man.
Yes, we are.
We're going to be talking about the Super Bowl. Going to be talking about, of course, it's Valentine's Day coming up.
Why are we going to talk about that?
Of course, the NBA trade deadline is here, and all type of good stuff, man. Let's start here, man. As I share this to my social medias, man, try to get some people on here. We'll post the time, but
tune in.
Hopefully they'll tune in here, man.
If you do, you'll enjoy yourself, I guarantee.
Of course, we have a new sponsor, but we're going to show love to our original sponsor first, man. Shout out to overkink.com. Valentine's Day is right around the corner, and what a great time to
send a message.
That's right. Send a message and get your significant other a great gift from overkink.com. It has all of your bedroom needs, from condoms to vibrators to lingerie, anything that you're looking for.
Chains.
Man. That's right. Anything.
Butt
chains,
plugs.
All of that good stuff.
Amen.
And if you use promo code Bubba Pink, you get it for cheap.
That's right.
What else do you want, man? You can order it today, order it tomorrow, and it'll get there on time.
Do we have assurances from overkink.com that delivery will be made by the 14th?
I can get assurances for you if you guys need it. All right? I can get that.
But go ahead and order it.
That's right.
Send your significant other a message. This is what our relationship's about. Kinky, badass sex. Not emotions or feelings. Not deep connections unless the penetration's deep.
That's right. I have a light Valentine's Day story, man. My favorite Valentine's Day gift of all time. All right.
Was it an overkink.com product?
It was not. This is from a while ago, man.
Okay.
I'll say this. All of the ladies that I've dated in the past, this has not been a lot. All right, but I appreciate everything that all of you guys have gotten for me. So it's not about who got the best gift. It's not a competition.
What it is about is making sure Bubba can circle back after this long-winded speech.
And also, because a lot of times first of all, I don't want anything for Valentine's Day. I've always preached that. I don't want anything. Don't give me anything. If you have to give me something, just give me some head. So a lot of times I didn't even ask for anything, but a long time ago, man, it's probably about 16 or 17. My first boo thing, man.
Young love.
Yeah, man. Missy, I'll go ahead and say her name, man. Missy. She got me. That was my most memorable, favorite Valentine's Day gift to this day. And what she did was, she got me first of all, it was a card, a bear, a teddy bear that I still have to this day.
Do you?
And she gave me like a fucking, 30-pound bag of gummy bears. Like a bag that a bag that's like not in stores. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
This is pre-Amazon, probably. Like, where did she find this?
I don't know, man, but that's my favorite Valentine's Day gift of all time. If anybody knows, I was a fucking gummy bear fanatic, especially back in those days. I cut down the sugar now, so I haven't had gummy bears in a while. But for sure, man, for sure.
Were these weed gummies or?
No. Shout out to the weed gummies. I got a connect if y'all need one. But no, man, it was a huge bag of gummy bears. And I say that to say, man, if ladies are out there and you're looking for something to get for your guy, you're doing some last minute shopping. Guys are simple, man. A lot of guys don't even want anything, but they're simple. Find something that they like and just get that. I mean, you don't have to spend a lot of money. You don't even have to put a lot of thought into it, really.
Our expectations are really low.
Yeah, man.
No, I think it's a great point. Our expectations are low, and like guys, like it's usually pretty obvious if we like something.
Yeah.
And like I said, if it's a certain type of food, a candy, or something like that, you know when your guy likes something.
Yeah, you do.
Either that, or you might be Stevie Wonder blind.
But
Shout out to Stevie. I think he's
shout
still alive.
out to Stevie, shout out to Missy, man, for my favorite Valentine's Day gift of all time.
That was good. The teddy bear. Where do you keep the teddy bear these days?
I guess in the closet. I used to keep it in the car.
In the car.
Yeah, I'm a teddy bear collector, man.
Are you?
I'm a teddy bear collector.
Interesting.
Pink, we got the Super Bowl coming up, man.
Yeah, I'm excited for this game.
I'm not as excited.
Really?
I'm more excited about the halftime show.
What? Why?
That's a big halftime show, man. You got Snoop Dogg, you got Kendrick Lamar, it's like a black fucking halftime show. It's like, all black acts. This is gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
But as far as the game is just I don't know. The Chiefs are my team, so I'd be more hyped that they're in it.
You're just
But
bitter that they're not.
not necessarily bitter. It's just those teams, the Rams, I don't know. What would you say is the biggest storyline for this Rams versus the Bengals Super Bowl?
The Rams are a star-studded team. They're built to win right now. They assembled all these guys: Von Miller, Jalen Ramsey, Odell Beckham Jr. They've got a developed talent like Cooper Kupp. I think they're a fun, super talented team. I like Sean McVay a lot as a coach. You have the story of Stafford never winning anything worth a damn until now.
Right.
They're playing at home. And so I think there's a lot of interesting thing that lines up for them to be very interesting. And I really like McVay. I think, and I said it a couple years ago, he's not a Belichick clone, but he's young enough that he could put together a career that you look back and say, damn, this guy might be one of the best to ever do it.
Exactly.
And it's way early to say that. I get that. He lost the head-to-head to Belichick, but I think that he's in the process of putting together a really impressive coaching career. Then the other side of that, you got Joe Burrow. Who doesn't love Joe Burrow? I mean, this guy just has a confidence about him, and he's fun to watch, and Jamar Chase is incredible. This team has found ways to win difficult games throughout this playoff run. Can they go literally on the road and win a Super Bowl with a second-year quarterback? And if they do, what does that say about Joe Burrow? What are we potentially looking at with this guy?
Doesn't say anything. Doesn't say a goddamn thing.
Really?
What does it say about Mahomes? What does it say about Russell Wilson? What does it say about Ben Roethlisberger? What does it say about Tom Brady? What does it say about what are we talking about?
There's a beginning to this.
It's not a beginning. There's not a beginning because there's no end. Where's Russell Wilson now? When's the last time? What are they saying about Mahomes now? Ben Roethlisberger? People shit on Ben Roethlisberger now. Like Aaron Rodgers. Where's Aaron Rodgers been since his second, third year in the league when he made the Super Bowl? Where is he now? They talking shit like Aaron Rodgers isn't anybody now. I mean, just a talented guy who can't win. So him winning the Super Bowl in his second year wouldn't mean shit to me. Like it really wouldn't. I mean, I have no fucking idea how I'm on this train alone. I'm riding this train, and I have no fucking idea how all of these great quarterbacks who win early and doesn't do shit late, but every quarterback that wins early, all of a sudden they're the greatest thing. They're the best quarterback since this X, Y, and Z.
I don't.
Why get so hyped when the formula is clear and every good quarterback does it? If not, it makes it to the Super Bowl or wins it. It's really a simple math equation. It's not technical or hard at all. It's just not. I mean, I can name 30 off the top of my head, and I have the worst memory. I don't even know who coochie I ate last night. I have the worst memory. Like, I can name 30 off the top of my head.
30 what? What are we talking
Quarterbacks who have won in their second or third year in the league
Okay.
on the rookie contract, and then all of a sudden they haven't been back since. You know what I
Well,
mean?
that's what you got to figure out. I mean, if they're going to become that guy.
Well,
or
my
not.
thing is, if Joe wins, you know what the narrative is going to be. Joe is the next great quarterback.
Right,
And he's
and then you
the
see-
best quarterback.
then
No,
you-
don't name him that now. Why name him that now?
I'm not saying he's the best
No,
quarterback.
not
but
you,
see,
but that
well, I
will be
don't
the
give a
narrative.
fuck what other people
But
say.
agree
I
with
don't
me.
get-
That will be the narrative.
It always is. I don't care what the narrative is. I look at it through my own lens, and it is. If you win a Super Bowl early in your career, and you're a guy that seems to have a lot of talent, let's see what happens.
But Joe is
That's-
Joe is a really good quarterback. He is. I mean, you can't fucking deny it. I mean, he is.
Right.
He is.
And that's what the intrigue is. See, what can these guys make out of these careers?
Yeah.
That's what you're watching.
And
Again, 5 years from now, he could be an injury-ravaged guy who's, trying to revive a fading career.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely could happen. But maybe 5 years from now, he's got 2 or 3 rings, and we're talking, on a different level about the guy. But that's the story. And the premise is what's intriguing about the game. That, to me, is those two elements.
Yeah.
Rams team built for now with a young, exciting coach, and then you got Joe Burrow on the other side pushing basically a frustrating franchise to the Super Bowl for only the second time in their history.
But I completely agree on those two fronts there. Definitely the two best storylines right there. I mean, and also Matthew Stafford. It's unfortunate, but he has to have another really good game because this is a lot of pressure on him, man.
Yeah.
It's a lot of pressure. You have a loaded team, and they traded you for a guy who got them, basically to the same spot.
Yeah.
So they got you to put them over the hump. If you just get them to the same hump, and they're paying you more money, it's like and you have a better team.
Here's
So,
the reality. The reality is, and like the Rams, like it will be. I don't know how much they're favored by, or even if they're favored. But if they lose, it's really a failure.
It is, man.
Because, again, you bring in Stafford to get you over this particular hump. You get him to win this game.
Yeah.
And you make the late season moves, the Beckham, the Von Miller to win this game, and you're playing at home against a team that's a little bit of an upstart team.
It's a bit of an upstart team, and their weakness is signaled to be your strength, right? So the Bengals, the Bengals' weakness is the offensive line. The Rams' strength is their pass rush. So you know what I mean? So so you have help, you have plenty of help on the defensive side, and you have plenty of weapons on the other side to get the job done. So that's also a sneaky storyline there,
For sure, and I do think
for.
like for much of the Bucs game, they couldn't block this Ram front.
You know what I mean?
And that's why they were in the hole they were in. And only through turnovers did they get back in it. And again, the Titans sacked Burrow 9 times in the earlier round. There's a lot of questions. They're gonna be able to keep him upright and allow him to play.
Chiefs didn't sack him once, but that just goes to show you how shitty we are, right?
Let it go and enjoy the game.
I'm going to enjoy it, man. I'm going to enjoy it. Did you catch the Alvin Kamara news?
Yeah.
So the Saints running back.
Yeah.
That was crazy, man.
What I read was that Kamara, his girlfriend, and some friends were leaving the nightclub, getting on an elevator. There was a guy that was talking to one of their friends.
Mm-hmm.
And then when they go to get on the elevator, my understanding is Kamara kind of gives them the stop. You're not coming with us. And the guy brushes his hand off. And then a fight ensues.
Uh-huh.
I don't have a problem with this. This is not how I behave personally.
How do you not have a problem with this?
Because this is just, you can't convince me that this guy couldn't just accept, hey, I'm not going to go ride the elevator with Kamara and his crew.
Don't put your hand on me.
If you're that guy, you do that and you run the risk of getting your ass kicked. In my book.
What? What are you talking about? He put his Alvin Kamara himself, like not one of his boys.
Right.
Not that's an issue too. He puts his hand, hey, nah, you can't get on this. You know what I mean?
Here, time out. Do we know how?
What are you talking about?
Life choices and business decisions. Life choices.
What? And this guy's gonna get fucking paid. He's gonna get fucking paid.
Then you get what you want, and I don't care that you got your ass kicked. I don't.
First of all,
If you're by yourself,
yeah,
and there's a squad of guys,
you don't do that.
They give you the
you don't
Heisman
typically
Trophy.
Do that. If that's not Alvin Kamara, I don't think he does that.
Then fuck him.
Yeah, I don't think.
I'm glad you got your ass kicked.
I think
no
he
love,
recognized.
No,
I think he recognized that was Alvin Kamara. He probably recognized that from almost half a mile back.
So what is this guy?
I don't want to exile that guy. I want to talk about Kamara.
No, because what you're portraying is a guy that targeted Kamara for a payday. That's what you're suggesting.
Possibly.
And I don't necessarily...
Maybe he was a fan and just wanted to take a picture on the elevator.
Okay. Time out. I'm getting to there.
Okay.
What you're saying I don't necessarily disagree with. But here's the thing. Even if he's not targeting him, celebrities get rushed up on by people all the time. And they are entitled to have some boundaries.
Yeah.
And again, is it the rudest possible way to put a hand out to steal Heisman Trophy guy? That's not a cool move. That's not at all. But if that happens to you and you're by yourself and he has a crew of people, forget that it's Kamara. Maybe it's some guy leaving a studio here.
No, I don't do that.
And if you push that further, you open the door to get your ass.
We call that. You just have to take that L.
Take the L.
Take the soft, whatever. The hard is Kamara, so the stiff arm was probably a little stiff. But you take that and you go about your business. If that's a regular,
And that's what
joke.
I'm saying.
And the guys that are with him probably have some size on them. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying.
So, but. I can't leave out the dumbness of Kamara. That was a dumbass move by Kamara.
I get it.
And as I know you don't like that type of guy, the fan, but I hate those type of guys worse. The guys that
really
the 4 or 5 guys on one guy, the 5 on one guy, I hate those guys.
Yeah.
Those guys are pussies, man. This like if you guys have such a huge problem, just have one guy attack the one guy, and if he's in trouble, then bring 2 guys. Why does 4 or 5 guys need to stump out this man? This you know what I mean? This non-athletic guy. The fuck is wrong with y'all guys? And then Kamara, his dumb fuck ass. You're a fucking NFL star. You're an NFL star, man. You know how many entertainers and stars have gotten caught on the elevators? What comes to mind is the Jay-Z and the Beyonce sister, and elevators have cameras. The running back from the Baltimore Ravens, he knocked this girl out on the elevator.
Yeah.
Elevators have cameras. You should know that. I mean, we've saw so many stars get caught on elevators.
All of Vegas has cameras.
Why are you fucking stomping a guy out on an elevator? And you're an NFL star, and it's 5 of you guys. That's a fucking dumb move. You should go to jail. I hope you go to jail. I hope you pay a fine. Because that was a weak ass move and a dumb ass move.
I see, and
weak dumbass people belong in jail.
No, that's where I go. That's where I go.
Take some drug dealers out and put weak dumbass people in there. That's Bubba's. That's the next law.
Okay,
I hope Biden passed.
That's where I disagree with you. I do not think that this is a jailable offense.
The man lost the goddamn his orbital. It's serious when they use the term orbital.
No.
Not his eye got stuffed in. His orbital was damaged. Like he could have fucking died.
Who cares? I don't. Make a better decision when you're physically engaging with people.
He could have made a better decision.
That's what I'm saying. He has to own some of that. And because of that, it's not a jailable offense. Fine. No, because here's why. Think about this. It goes back to what you said the first time. There will be a civil suit payout in this.
Yes.
The guy's going to get paid.
1,000%.
Good for you. Maybe there should be a probation or a criminal's fine. Jail time should be off the table. That's ridiculous. This guy has to own his contribution to the fight, and we leave it at that.
Can't go around stumping people out, man. As far as the reports go, he didn't say anything originally. He just wanted to get on the elevator, man. Maybe the man was in a rush. Maybe he has a leg problem. He can't walk down the stairs. Let this man.
I've got an elevator. I've got my whole crew with me.
It's one, but
We're
it's
giving you the Heisman
it's
Trophy.
one person.
We ain't liking that. No.
This is my rule, man. If you catch the elevator doors, I'm not going to stop the elevator to wait. You know what I mean? To wait for you. If you catch the elevator doors, man, okay. You just
But here's the thing, and we don't know jack about this guy. You admit you started this segment by suggesting he may have targeted camera from the jump.
He could have.
Maybe he was being a drunk ass.
Yeah.
Maybe he was being rude. There's a million subtle things that could happen.
It is.
Say, I don't want to spend the next 45 seconds in an elevator with this guy. and guess what? As dumb as Kamara's actions are, I have a real hard time believing that this guy was like some super polite guy and really got the short end of a stick. And it still goes to the reaction. He got the Heisman Trophy and he brushes it back. He's got his, whatever. He's got his manhood offended and he paid the price for that. I don't have a problem with that.
Well, we'll see where that goes. In order for the Saints to do something about this, I do believe there will have to be criminal action. If there's no criminal action, then I think he's fine.
Yeah.
He'll pay the fines, and I'm not sure if he'll get suspended. I don't think so.
Yeah.
They say his posse did most of the damage. He just got a couple kicks in. So, we'll see. Yeah, we'll see where that goes. The Saints are they're in a fucking load of trouble, man.
Yeah.
Jameis is coming off the injury, and he's a free agent. You can't go into next season with Taysom Hill as your quarterback. You hate him.
Well, Jameis. I mean, he's got to think seriously about getting out.
Yeah, he has to, man.
I mean,
Sean Payton's
different
gone.
Coaching staff, different roster, potentially without Kamara, and whatever's going on with Mike Thomas and his foolishness.
Yeah,
like you're not there. And without Payton, it's not like, I mean, they didn't kill it in free agency, but there was reasons to play there with Sean Payton. Without him, it's not the same draw as it was to play there. So Jameis, I mean, if he wants long-term success, needs to look elsewhere, really.
No, for sure. You guys are still on the bench with Bubba and Pink, home of sports, music, and mayhem. All right, make sure you guys, like, share, subscribe, all of that good stuff. We're on all podcast streaming platforms, including here on YouTube. You can catch all of our greatest hits, man. We got some stories. We have a weekly. We're about 3 weeks strong on Pink's reactions. That's a good segment we have going there. And
we're bringing it again shortly here.
Yeah, man.
Oh yeah.
And we have a lot of good things on the show and on the YouTube page that you can just go back, search, and look. Also, we have a second sponsor now.
Yes, you got to get back to that.
We are adding sponsors up. You can always hit us up here on YouTube and send a message, or via social media and things of that nature if you want to become a sponsor. Shout out to Royal13thebrand.com. Once again, that is Royal13 thebrand.com, man. They have the great apparel. And if you use promo code Bubba Pink, you get a discount, man. It's just that simple.
There we go.
It really is. I mean, they have hats, shirts, all of that good stuff. Make sure you go check them out. It's royal. You want to dress royally? You go to Royal13thebrand.com, all right? It's that simple.
Men's and women's clothing, too.
Yes, they have women's crop tops. Summer's on the way.
If you got the body for it, get on out there.
Summer is on the way. If you want a cute crop top.
If you don't, go to the gym and then go back out there.
Listen, the NBA trade deadline. NBA trade deadline is pretty much just here, man.
Yeah,
it's
couple
here.
Moves already.
Yeah, man. I'm going to outline a few. Does any come to mind that's the best move right now? I'm gonna explain to you a couple here.
I didn't. None of the moves struck me as being like great moves,
right?
Like for like where one team really benefited greatly. CJ McCollum to the Pelicans was interesting. I kind of felt bad for him because I really think the Pelicans are a dumpster fire.
I don't.
Really? You think they're good?
I think they're building.
What are they building?
They're building for Zion's return. This tells me that they have intel that Zion's going to at least come back because they're building a team around him. CJ is a really good pick and roll guy. He can shoot off the dribble and he can space the floor, something they did not have before. Brandon Ingram is playing really good basketball. They're building the team over there, man.
It's funny because I was thinking, how soon do the Pelicans need to sever ties with Zion Williamson?
You have to, you have to see what he looks like when he gets back, because even if you were to shop him, I mean, you're going to get minimal return because nobody's seen him, and the overall sentiment is that he's fat and out of shape and won't get right.
Right.
Can't get right. Shout out to Life. Can't get right, man. That sounds like that's might be Zion's new nickname. Can't get right.
I mean, I'm just with each passing day, I'm feeling like I feel more of a total bust in this situation.
Yeah, we'll see when he gets back.
And then it's like, do you sever ties with him, take whatever you can get, and just try to reboot the franchise?
At a certain extent, I remember when we had Markelle Fultz. We wanted to hold on to him as long as we could, but at some point, you had to move on. I don't know if it's going to get to that point with Zion. Like I said, you have to see him, man.
But there's no way you could extend him.
No, hell no.
And that's what I'm saying. Like you probably got another year on that before you got to start making some decisions.
No,
and
that's because of.
And even if he comes out and plays pretty well, like you can't extend him for huge money.
I was going to say you could, like for example, again with us, Philadelphia 76ers, we extended Embiid. He missed his first full 2 years and played half of his third year, and we extended him. But we got a deal, a discount, if you will, right?
Right.
So we gave like half of the rookie max, and in the next 4 years, it was on a awesome discount. And then he just signed a max this past year. So
and Steph Curry was similar. In Golden
Steph
State.
Curry was similar because he started out
first extension was like a 4 for 42.
Yeah,
based on a lot of ankle problems.
Yeah.
I mean, if Zion's going to take a massive discount to stay and try to build things in New Orleans, that as long as he does some playing prior to that contract, that's okay. But I mean, honestly, the way I'm looking at it, I would right now, if I had to make a decision right now, I would try to trade him for whatever I could get and let somebody else deal with that decision. Because to me, that's a terrible decision to have in front of you.
It depends on what you get, man. It really does.
Yeah. But I'd be discreetly shopping if I'm the New Orleans.
I'll tell you what team I thought lost the trade deadline. They lose a lot of trades. It's the Sacramento Kings. They give up a promising guard in Tyrese Halliburton.
Yeah.
Buddy Hield, a great shooter, and Tristan Thompson. He has his baby mama stuff. He's intriguing off the court.
He's in just full journeyman mode right now.
He is, man.
At that point, in his
collecting
career.
checks. I mean, if you can do it, you can do it, man.
Yeah. So to me, nothing lost with Trent.
No.
Because he is a guy. Tristan Thompson, at this point in his career, he's just an eminently replaceable player.
I mean, 1,000%.
Yeah, so
but it's Halliburton and Hill that you're losing, and what you're getting is Sabonis, Justin Holiday, and Jeremy Lamb. You're just pretty much getting Sabonis, and Holiday is a decent reserve guard, but once again, he's 1 in a million. Not 1 in a million.
Yeah.
He's a million in a million.
Yeah.
So Tyrese Halliburton, man, he was coming off a game where he scored like 38 or 39 or something like that. But he is a promising young guard. He was the best player for the Kings this year by far, and he was the best 3-point shooter. They lose both of their 3-point shooters. The only guys that shot over 32% from 3-point.
Yikes.
Range, and one Halliburton is at 38, and Hill, who is at a down year, is at 36.5, which is basically 37% from 3. Now they have no one shooting over 32%. Sabonis is not a 3-point shooter. Now neither is Holiday, and Lamb will barely play. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that is they don't have any shooting. It was a bad deal, man. It was a bad deal.
I mean, that said, Sabonis sort of is what he is at this point in his career. Did he make an All-Star game? Or
he made one last year. Yeah.
Yeah, so he's what I'd characterize as
okay.
a fringe All-Star.
Yeah.
He is a known quantity though. He's going to deliver his game. good, rebound point guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, fringe all-star level. There's no more upside there, and there's upside potentially in Halliburton.
Yeah.
Hield, I also would say though, I think he is what he is now.
He is what he is, but he is
a-
very useful.
yeah,
though.
he's a useful shooter in the modern
Yeah.
game.
Yeah.
The trade really is, the Pacers banking on Halliburton's development
Oh,
into
yeah.
something higher. And he's shown it, like you said, he's shown some promise that maybe he gets to that. And the Kings taking something that's sort of a solid, a double guy. I mean, Sabonis, to his credit, he's a low maintenance guy. He's healthy. He takes care of himself. He plays hard night in, night
Come
out.
from good lineage.
Yeah. And so,
the Sabonis family.
Yeah, I mean, I would say the Pacers win the trade, but
the Kings made the trade because they want to push for the playoffs. That's not a
Yeah.
playoff team.
no, and even
That's
if they
not a
push for
playoff
it,
team.
even if they get there, what are they gonna do? I mean, really, like lose to the 1 or 2 seed. I mean, and you look at this, Phoenix and Golden State right now are playing
This is on a different
so
level.
much better than the rest of the league.
Different level.
They'd have a 5 or 6 game lead
Yeah.
in the East.
Yeah.
Against any Eastern contender. Now, I mean, granted, matchups and health and all that, they may not win the final, but through 50 games right now, these are the 2 best teams in basketball, and it's not close.
Yeah, but I still like Milwaukee over Phoenix.
Yeah.
Golden State, I think that we still have to see Golden State still ramp up, get Draymond back, and have Clay fill. But right now, Milwaukee, I think, is the best team in basketball.
Okay.
It's just, and speaking of that, because they just recently played the Lakers, reports are that it's up to LeBron James. They're leaving it up to him if they want to make the Westbrook for Wall swap. They have the deal in place, in whatever, lined up and everything, but it will be up to LeBron if they want to make that trade. What do you think?
I have to believe that's probably the last thing in the world LeBron wants.
But that's the only thing on the table.
Well, no. But I'm saying that it's publicly your move.
Yeah.
I think LeBron likes to operate in a passive aggressive space.
Oh, yeah.
That leaves almost like CIA plausible deniability.
It does, but we all know.
We all know. But I think LeBron's going to resent being put in that position. Because it's not his comfort zone.
But at some point, if you're the GM and if you're Rob Pelinka and Jeannie Buss, you have to sort of leak something out to the media, man, because
they're trying to save their own face. That's
because
what they're doing.
they have made some god awful moves.
Yeah.
And they're not even the moves that are hindsight. They are moves that we saw from the get go. Like what to get Westbrook, they had to give up picks. They had to give up all of those players to Washington and Kuzma, and they couldn't re-sign Caruso because of it. I mean, head scratching move after head scratching move.
Yeah.
And now it's like, listen, we can go get Wall, but we're going to put this out that if we do get him, it was because you wanted him.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like the you're 100% right. The Laker management has done a horrific job in assembling this roster. Now they're basically throwing LeBron under the bus on it.
Yeah, because I think because they have done a horrific job, but I think that LeBron wanted all of those moves.
I don't disagree with that.
And it's one of those things where I know he's not in the front office, so I know it's one of those things where do whatever you have to do to get Westbrook. I mean, I know he's not saying deal this person, that person, for that person, but it's like, hey, I want this guy. Do what you got to do.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. It's one of those type of deals. And but my thing on that is I don't think Wall can do any worse.
Well,
we haven't seen him in a while.
I was going to address the merits of the deal itself. Like honestly, it doesn't really help. I mean,
it doesn't hurt.
If it does, it'll be marginal.
Yeah.
I
don't know about that. I'm gonna tell you this. I don't think about the intangibles. Like Westbrook is he's been I don't want to say outright a bad teammate, but he's being a
if you listen to Will E, yes, man.
Yeah. So he's been off-putting. He's not helping the locker room at all. He's going up to console AD and LeBron and saying, "Hey man, if I was in the game, I'd be able to help you guys. You've been in the game all year and you've stunk all year. So what the hell are you talking about? Like Wall wouldn't do any of that. I mean, I don't know if you remember his time with the Wizards and with the Rockets. I mean, he's just a guy who wants to go out and he wants to hoop and he wants to be a traditional point guard. He's not going to make all those crazy jump in the air turnovers. So he's not going to turn the ball over at the rate of Westbrook. Not at all. Westbrook leads the league in turnovers far and away. He's just as bad of a shooter. I mean, so I know you're not getting a plus or minus there, but he's a better teammate. So he's some pluses.
Arguably.
Yeah.
I mean, I think here's the other part of this that we're missing. I mean, he's not been very healthy for a couple of years. And say what we want about Russ,
he's there.
He's available.
He's there.
And and that's the risk. There's a better teammate side, maybe less kind of lightning rod friction that Westbrook has had there, and Westbrook has hurt himself, with some of the stuff he's said, while being in LA. He's dug a hole. He hasn't been kind of humble and accepting of, I'm not playing very well right now. I got to get myself right. He's kind of said some funky stuff, and it's become just a glaring problem.
Yeah.
Wall comes in. It's a bit of a clean slate on that.
Yeah.
And he has the potential to come in and be a better, more malleable teammate. He's still a ball-intensive, tempo-driving point guard that functions best with the ball in his hands. That does not fit with LeBron. Current LeBron.
Well,
arguably it's never fit with LeBron.
Arguably it's never fit with LeBron. Yeah. But that's his idea. That's what he wanted. You know what I mean?
But with LeBron is like a chick that tells you what they want in a guy and the relationship they want to have, and that's not really what they want. And that's what he is.
Yeah.
He wants this because he knows I'm older, I need to cede some of this, but he literally only knows how to play basketball one way.
Yeah.
And it's a fantastic way. But that's what he is. That's what he does.
Yeah.
He's literally like his own ecosystem of basketball. And it's close to perfect in some ways.
Yeah.
But he can think he wants these things, but they're not really what he needs.
Yeah.
And that's the problem with this.
What's funny?
And what I'm saying, and just to cap that, like neither of those two options truly fit with LeBron.
No.
He would play. He might be better off with Hield and Halliburton coming in.
He would have much better.
Much better. And that like two, instead of just like for like, sort of like two other types of pieces.
And a similar deal to that was directly available. They turned it down, and they had a deal for DeRozan in place. All of that has been wildly reported, and they chose Westbrook instead. So that's where they're at now. And you got a couple hours away. What's going to happen? We'll see. It's just one of those things where we'll see.
Yeah,
but I think it's just my overall sentiment is it can't be any worse.
Yeah. No, I agree.
You have to do something. And I say do that.
Well, and then we talked about this before the show. The other place that I think it can't be any worse is this Philadelphia and Brooklyn situation.
Yeah.
And I think both teams, in their own way, are just kind of like hurting. We know that Philadelphia wants to get Harden. Potentially, they could get him next year for free. But they have this tarnished asset in Simmons that is not going to help them this year. And guess what? They're pretty good this year.
Yeah.
And it's, I agree with you. Milwaukee's probably the best team in the East, but I don't think the margin's absurd.
No. The margin's not absurd because of Embiid.
Yeah. But again, so you look at this and say, well, let's move the timetable up a couple months, get Harden now. We got Embiid, and let's go for this.
But we don't want to get him at any cost.
Well, I understand that. And the issue becomes, what is the proper cost for this?
Yep.
And I do want to address the other side of that. Brooklyn is in a horrible rut. They lost 9 games in a row.
Yeah.
KD's not coming back super quick. He'll be back eventually. Kyrie's playing half games. Harden started the season reasonably well, but to me, not his best. And then now he's sort of, kind of floundering in zero fucks given mode and, taking nights off. Both teams have problems and they can almost fix each other's problems.
Yeah.
And I think almost like the Lakers, neither one of these things would be perfect, But God, you might just want to stir it up that and see what happens.
No, for us it would be perfect.
Damn near. I mean, well, you're gonna have. Here's the thing. You're gonna have to give up something you probably don't want to give up of. The proper thing is to what can we accept? Like what works? And I know that the one trade with the Maxi and Thibault and Ben, that's too much.
They can go suck a dick.
No.
That's what they can go do.
Let's keep this in perspective, and dick sucking's fine. But like, I mean, there's a price that's right, but it's still gonna hurt a little bit. And I don't think that's the right price.
Yeah. They said we countered with just a Ben and Seth. Like we'll give you like a Ben and Seth or a Ben and Danny, maybe a second round pick, and that's it. Brooklyn came back and said, okay, well we'll take Ben, Andre Drummond, Seth, and Thibault. And that's what they came back with, and that's too much.
Yeah.
So and they would have gave us Patty Mills and James Harden.
I would not. I mean, I love Patty Mills.
No, Patty is also. I think Patty.
I saw that.
Patty is.
I might have jumped on that one.
Patty is better than Seth, but they're literally basically the same player.
Yeah.
But I like Patty better than Seth. I mean,
Yeah.
so it is what it is. Doc is tied in with Seth. As Callie's husband.
It's his son-in-law.
So that's his son. That's Doc Rivers' son-in-law. But screw that. But yeah. So I don't like that deal either. It's literally I'm with my GM, president of basketball operations. You can get Ben and Danny, or Ben and Seth, or do not call me anymore.
What about throwing Drummond in though?
No.
Why not?
We need depth. We need center depth. And what's crazy about Embiid? No, we can't.
You couldn't find somebody in the secondary market.
Embiid, Drummond has been fucking awesome for us, and he's only making like $1 million or $2 million a year. I know that's a lot to us, but in NBA terms, that's like shit money. He's going to go out and get a bigger deal next year. I understand as a throw-in because he's going to leave us next year for a bigger deal.
And that's part of what I'm saying.
But if we're going to do that deal this year, we're going for it this year.
But
you see what I'm saying?
But again,
and we need to reserve big.
Like, who does he really make a huge difference against?
Who, Drummond?
Yeah.
Every team.
In the playoffs?
Yes.
I mean, in the playoffs, you're gonna ride Embiid even more.
No, not necessarily. Not necessarily. We've seen Embiid in the past break down over the course of a playoff run. You know what I mean? You want to keep him because we've risen his minutes to 40 and 42. He's not a Toyota. He's not a Honda. You know what I mean? You can't ride him. You can't. You know what I mean? So you have to stay the course. And right now he's averaging like a low of minutes. Shout out to Just Black TV. He's averaging a low of minutes. And he's fucking leading the league in points. But he's only averaging like 26, 27 minutes a game. That's fucking absurd. And you want to keep it like that. Maybe increase it.
Well, for the remainder of the regular
minutes.
Season, I just think that when you get to the actual playoffs, and again, hopefully, the way it plays out, the first round series not too taxing for anybody.
Yeah.
But and that's what I'm saying. Like, if they bring in Harden and Harden gets himself in shape and plays good, and they've got Joel going, and is that not enough?
No, it's not enough.
Really?
You need depth. These teams, and that's the part that we're missing with the NBA, where it has turned now. It was the big three, big four, whatever. Now it is depth. Milwaukee has so much. Bobby Portis will fucking murder you if you're not careful, okay? Like that, Bobby Portis will murder you. The guy on the Suns from Philly that we drafted, and Elton Brand fucking traded him away on draft night for a guy that's not even in the fucking NBA anymore. Fuck you, Elton Brand.
With while his mother was an employee of the team.
His mother is fine. That's my baby.
Really? And she worked for the team.
Yeah, that's my baby. But yeah. So these teams, they have depth. We're not winning just with James Harden and Embiid.
But all right, here's what I'm saying. If you're doing good intel, there's the trade deadline, which is the trade deadline. There is going to be the supplemental buyout market that occurs.
Those guys, they
Bobby Portis came from that.
But I'm just saying, those guys hardly ever work out. I understand you can come up with one or two, but we had one last year. Those guys hardly ever work out. Like, seriously, they're in the buyout market for a reason. You know what I mean?
But sometimes
Blake
it
Griffin
works.
came in the buyout market.
Yeah.
LaMarcus Aldridge. You know what I'm saying? And the Knicks got both of them, and all of a sudden they're a super team. No, you're not. Those guys are just they're not good anymore.
But you're talking very specifically about a guy that backs up Joel Embiid and doesn't have a lot of roster versatility.
He provides great minutes,
I
and he's
get
still
that.
he's still a great rebounder. I'll say he's still a top 5 rebounder in the NBA. If you look at his per 36 minutes,
I don't disagree with you on that.
He protects the rim.
I just think that like
and I know. No, we need Drummond. We're not getting Drummond for a Harden that has not been playing that well. For a Harden that hit in the last time we seen him in an NBA game, he scored 5 points. You're not getting all of that from us. You get Ben, or we just get him in the offseason. We're okay with that. That's the thing that people don't understand too. Like Philly, we're okay with getting him in the offseason. We want him now, and we want to make a run this year. But fuck you. We'll wait till the offseason and you just get nothing. The Nets are in our division. We're already doing a lot by giving them Ben. Yeah, we shit on Ben and this, and that, but we understand that Ben with the Nets is better than Ben with the 76ers. And Ben with the 76ers was already an all-star guard. You understand? So we're giving you a lot. You're trying to get over it. You're trying to take advantage of us. And you know, just like the new age girls of 2022, you're not taking advantage of us anymore. We're just not doing it. We have a white GM now. You're not taking advantage. You can take advantage with us when we had a black GM. That fucking dumb piece of shit. You can take advantage of Elton Brand, but you're not going to take advantage of Darren Moore. He's not going to have it. And I love him. I love him. I love Darren Moore.
Until he ships Andre Drummond out tonight.
You know, if he gets enough for him.
My point though with that is I would feel more comfortable in a Philly perspective giving away a 3-month rental player like Drummond than giving away Maxey or
1,000%.
or Thibault.
Yeah,
1,000%. I look at the trade, if that's what I've got to do to get this across the line and keep the other 2 young guys, I do that. I bite the bullet. I do that. I take that chance. That's me.
I hear you. I hear you. We'll see where that goes. We'll see where that goes too, man.
But I am rooting. I'm hoping that a deal is made.
Yeah.
I think both teams would really benefit from it, and I'm excited to see this happen. I hope it does. I hope it's not something that just unravels, before the deadline.
Hey, man, Christmas in February.
What about Joe Ingles going to Portland?
Yeah, I saw that. Portland is making some weird moves. They're making some moves that say we're tanking, and then the Joe Ingles move. Even though he's out, he's going to take the rest of the year off. He could have came back.
ACL.
Yeah.
So.
He's going to be out for the rest of the year. So what they're saying is, what they have actually came out and said is, we're going to build around Dame now. We're booting for next season, and we have all of this cap space, and we're going to provide him with a second and third star. First of all, nobody's coming to Portland. I don't care if Dame is there.
I was gonna say, like,
you're not going to sign anyone in free agency. You've lost your mind. I don't care how much cap space you create. Orlando Magic have cap space for 20 years. Nobody's coming to Portland. If that's you're going to be delusional like the Magic and whatever Cleveland outside of LeBron. Like if you're going to be that delusional, then fine.
Actually, when they moved CJ, my first thought was
Dame's next.
Dame for Ben.
Yeah. Dame's
ride
next.
it out.
That's what I thought. Then the GM came out immediately and was like, "No, we're going to build around Dame, and we have all of this cap space and picks now."
There is I really think that, and I like Dame. I was disappointed with him at the Olympics, to be fair, but I think there's just a weird, almost bizarre blonde white lady obsession thing going on between Portland and Dame.
I don't think it's necessarily Portland and Dame. I think it's this.
Well, every time he has the opportunity, he's saying he pledges allegiance there.
No, but that's because
and then they're gonna build around him with what?
That's because he's been there.
That some guy's gonna do what nobody's ever done and go to Portland as a free agent.
Dave Chappelle had this great skit that he kept going from show to show. At least throughout a couple of episodes, and it was when keeping it real goes wrong. and these people that get on there and they're like, when certain situations come up, they're keeping it real. They're, when somebody cusses them out, they take it the extra mile. You're not going to do me like that. And Dame has that. He's keeping it real. Oh, I'm loyal to the soil, and this team drafted me and gave me millions of dollars, so I'm going to stay here forever. And fuck, you guys. But what I don't know how much I know he loves basketball, but I don't know how much he really cares about legacy as far as when basketball is concerned. If Dame doesn't compete for a championship for the rest of his life, I think he's just okay
Well,
with it.
is it legacy or is it titles?
Titles. He doesn't give a shit.
Because I think the new
He doesn't care to compete for them.
well, number one, that was basically the point I was making, is that his fixation on staying there is almost destructive.
Yeah.
And I think he'll have this legacy if he stays there, and he'll be this beloved guy for doing that old school thing and staying. But it takes him out of the mix for championships or anything higher.
Yeah, it takes him
And
out.
so,
For championships, for best players, all of that stuff,
Yeah.
man. Like so if you don't care, you don't care. It's cash out on your match contracts. That they're giving it to you. It's cash out and go home.
Yeah.
You do your 8 hours a day and go home, man. There are plenty of people that work like that, man. They don't care to be managers or supervisors and top employees of the month. They just want to come in, do their 8 hours and go home. Don't ask me to stay to 5:05. Don't ask me to come in on a Saturday.
Here's what I'm
Just come in and do my
gonna
job.
offer.
Yeah.
The way he played in the Olympics, he was, to me, just underwhelming.
Oh, he was bad in the regular season too before he got hurt.
But here's what I want to say. Here's where I'm going with this. Is there's what you were saying, and some people do it. They get paid, they get comfortable, they lose ambition to do anything more. I'm offering, how much of this is related to fear? Fear of failure, fear of not measuring up. And I could stay in Portland, get paid, put up my 25 a game, and be beloved by this small fan base. Or do I push myself for a trade to a situation where the winning is the expectation, title expectations? And then if I shit the bed there,
Yeah.
then maybe there's a fear there that
Yeah.
he won't measure up, because he didn't measure up in the Olympics.
No.
Among really great players, and granted, this was not an all-time Olympic team to be feared.
But he was one of the worst.
You feel that
Yeah.
you were inferior.
Yeah.
And he's also been prior to this, he's always been that guy
In the
that's kind of
playoffs.
no, not in the playoffs, in the Olympic picture.
Oh.
Who's always been overlooked.
Oh,
Who's
yeah.
always kind of like, his name comes up, but he's not selected. They go with Kyrie. They go with this other guy. They go with Chris Paul.
So you would think he would come in with some sort of chip.
The competitive guy would come in and say, you guys have overlooked me for 3 or 2 Olympics and a world championship.
Yeah.
Now I'm here. I'm going to show you what you were missing.
Yeah.
And he didn't do that.
And it's not about the touches, because that team was struggling. KD was their only hope. If it wasn't for KD, they may not medal. Like that's how much struggle. Without KD, they may not medal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
And I'm always. I love the Olympic basketball, because I love to see how the alphas stack up when they're all among each other.
yeah.
And that intrigues me a lot. And I really feel that part of Dame's thing might be comfort, but it might be a little bit of fear, a little bit of doubt that if real championships ambitions were on his shoulders, he might fold a little bit.
Exactly. I think so too. You guys are on the bench with Bubba and Pink, home of sports, music, and mayhem. Make sure you guys like, share, subscribe. We are on YouTube, of course. We have all of our greatest hits on there. We may be going to a different format next week that'll look different. Hopefully, we'll see. Looking forward to that, man.
Makes us sound old and cheesy when we talk about having greatest hits.
We do, man. But we do, man. We do. I mean, some of these stories, some of these segments, they have been classics, man.
It's great content. That's all I can say.
Yeah, it really
I'm
is.
not making myself old by saying greatest hits. Because we're still dropping hits every fucking Wednesday night.
You know who is getting old, but still in the news, man?
What's that?
Nelly.
Oh boy.
So I'm scrolling on Facebook, man, and I see girl after girl after girl just talking about Nelly, and I was like, what the fuck? Am I back in middle school? Because the girls used to love Nelly with the Band-Aid and all of that good stuff. And so apparently Nelly leaked and I'm not a part of this story, so if I get a couple details wrong, don't nail me, don't shoot me in the head, don't stiff arm me like I'm a Camaro. So apparently, he leaked a sex tape, right?
On his IG story.
On his
apparently.
IG, yeah, story account, and this happens sometimes. More frequently on Snapchat with stars, and it can happen, man. I did something on Snapchat. I was, trying to, back in the day, trying to send a dick pic. And I was trying to send it to Snap because Snap deletes after a while, just like Instagram Story deletes after a while. And you try to send it to a specific person, but instead you send it to your public story. So he sends that out. So
I have to. Okay.
but listen, he sends it out.
Who is the funniest person that responded to your public DP?
Listen, man. So
You can't ignore that.
no, on Snapchat. See, originally on Snapchat, I only follow the girls. Anyhow, I
Okay,
just
all right.
recently started adding guys, you and a lot of other guys.
I'm honored.
But I was only on Snapchat for twerk videos and shit like that. Anyway. That's what I utilize Snapchat for. I rarely post. I post maybe once every 5 months or so.
Okay.
I'm only on there for twerk videos and fucking whatever. Some chicks eating cake and shit. All right. So he leaks that through his IG story.
What flavor cake?
He leaks that his IG story, and it's a girl giving him head, right? And some random chick, and he comes out what it was yesterday, I think, and apologizes to the girl and was like she doesn't deserve that and this and that. But my there's a few layers to the story. Number one, a lot of the girls are, talking, saying they're disappointed in the size and this and that. Then you got the girls that are coming on there, look, it wasn't that bad, and all right. And then the other thing is, who is he trying to send that to?
That's the whole. Yeah, that's
So
what
if
I'm kind of like.
he didn't mean it to go public, and then he's apologizing to the girl saying she didn't deserve it. Well, who are you? You were sending that to your boys? Do guys still do that?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I don't. I have a couple videos in my phone, but I'm not, sending it to the guys.
Yeah, exactly.
So, is that what he's doing? Is he sending it to another girl? Like, yo, maybe you need to do it like this.
I'm sending on an instructional video.
You know what I mean?
Stay tuned.
Because he's having a good time in that video. If you watch, he's having a good time. What is the angle here?
That is the most intriguing. Or I mean, is it possible that like he was, there was a video next to that he was intending to send in the story?
No.
Okay.
No, there's no way. There's no way. He was sending that video to someone else. He was sending that video to someone else because when you post a story, post or anything, like you can see the thumbnail of what you're going to put up and post, right? You can see the picture of, okay, this is so unless he has multiple videos of just girls giving him head in his phone, which is possible. He's Nelly. Yeah, you do what the fuck you want to do when you're the country grandma. You do what the hell you want to.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I haven't been that guy. I do know guys. I've been in group chats where guys sitting that, whatever, them smashing another girl or doing this and that. But it's not my thing. So if that's his thing, I guess that's fine.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Jesus.
And it wouldn't be smashing is something different than getting head. If you're gonna like if you're smashing a girl, right, and say if like you smashing her from behind them, I think that's okay to send. I mean, guys send that. And that's okay, because at least you got the other guy has something to watch. He's watching the girl's ass. He's watching her titties. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to be fake. When you send a video of a girl giving you head, you really only see his thing. Because we're not infatuated with the girl's lips as so much. Like I skip through the head part. If I'm watching porn, I skip through the head.
Do
part.
you?
Yeah, you know, I might, you know, I'm gonna watch the guy giving her head. You know what I'm saying?
Pick
in
up a
case,
pointer or
you know,
two?
in case I'm, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
Never stop learning, Bubba. Never stop learning.
So I don't know. I don't know. If that's your thing, that's your thing.
It is strange. It is strange,
That's your
but
thing, that's
I don't know. Maybe he was sending it to that girl's man to be like, "Hey, look what your bitch was doing."
Once again, if you're Nelly, you can do that type of thing, man. Now, Nelly, if her man is Kamara, you might want to, you know what I'm saying? Be careful.
Just take that Heisman Trophy stiff arm and let it go. That's too funny.
Yeah, it is, man. It is. It is.
Yeah. It's not good to be in the debate about your junk being disappointing.
No,
Like that's just not a place you want to be.
it's definitely not, man. And you have to be careful with
And
that.
clearly
when
he
you're-
didn't consider that being a problem.
He didn't. He didn't.
You know.
He didn't. He was more worried about the girl's identity being, you know, out there. He thought all along. It is. It's something. It can do something to your psyche. You go along, whatever, however old Nelly is, 40 plus. You go along all this time without any sex tapes, so the masses don't know. And you know, you think you're doing fine, you know, and you're Nelly. So if you're not fine, the girls you're with gonna lie to you anyway. You're Nelly. And then you get this out, and the fucking masses of females are like disappointed. That could do something to you. That could do something to you. That would do something to me.
That'll stay in your head for a while.
You're calling all your old chicks. So what did you think about? Was I big enough?
Were
Like,
you,
you know?
were you satisfied with what
Were you satisfied? You do a fucking pose and.
Were you left wanting more?
Yeah, man, that could put you in a weird space.
Yeah,
man.
Nelly will never be the same.
Yeah, I don't think so. I
Yeah.
don't think so. Luckily, I don't know.
Check his Google search: penis implants.
How to be bigger. Does Cialis make you bigger?
Eat these 5 foods.
I hear broccoli does it, man.
Sadly, he's already eating those 5.
Oh my gosh, man. Okay. I think it's time for Pink's reaction.
Oh
man.
yes.
Once again, you are on the bench with Bubba and Pink, home of sports, music, and mayhem.
Yes, this could go into any one of the 3 categories.
That's right, man. That is right. All right, so let's get into it. Pink's reaction. We're gonna go through some of the trending topics. Give Pink a minute to react to them. All righty. So let me get the clock ready. All right, let's get the clock. Let's get the clock. Stopwatch.
And the question.
Oh, I have them, man.
Oh yeah.
All right, so Pink.
Yes.
There has been a meme that has been going around for months, man. I've seen it even around Thanksgiving and stuff like that. And the meme says basically, all right, think of a traditional family that sits down at a table. Who fucking does that for dinner anymore? Who should get their food first? The man of the house or the children? This is a huge thing, so go ahead. Go.
The kids got to eat first.
Okay.
Because they're probably going to be the most immature about it. And you want to get them taken care of, fed, so they're not acting up. And it depends on the age of the kids, of course. But assuming these are relatively little kids, you want to appease them, get them food. If they want to leave the table and let adults speak, I'm all for that. So feed the kids and get them out of the way.
Feed the kids, get them out of the way.
Yeah.
All right, that was a quick one. All right, Pink. We hate comparisons, NBA comparisons. We do. But there's a new one that's been floating around and getting a lot of juice. And John Morant has a new comparison.
Oh, no.
Michael Jordan. Go.
I'm speechless. That's fucking ridiculous. You don't compare anybody to God. And I'm not even religious. It's just dumb. I mean, this is a guy that hasn't won a playoff series. He's smaller than Jordan. He's not Jordan. And it's it's not treason, but it's heresy. I don't know what, I mean, there's not a word strong enough to say how dumb that is. Like, you cannot be that unaccomplished and get that level of comparison. That's ridiculous. So whoever started that needs to be hunted down and silenced by any means necessary, Malcolm X style. It's just idiotic. I mean, what is the comparison? Reasonably athletic guy? Well, I mean, come on.
Yeah.
That's that's bullshit. Who's responsible? Can we find them? That's just dumb. Zero playoff
Time.
wins. Fuck.
Time. But I've heard that from several people. Max Kellerman. A
Max
couple of
Kellerman
ESPN.
is a cocksucker. Are we sure he wasn't working on Nelly's knob?
Could have been possible, but I think it was a black girl. I could be
Okay.
wrong though.
Right.
All right. Hold on. Let's go. So the NBA All-Star events, they're starting to unfold. All right. Now we know the 3-point shootout. We talked about the dunk contest last week. You can go to last week's show to catch that. What I am here to talk about today, Pink, is we have the 3-point shootout contestants, right? We have Fred VanVleet, Desmond Bane, Luke Kennard from the Clippers, in case you needed a team for that, Zach LaVine, CJ McCollum, Patty Mills, Karl Anthony Towns, Trae Young. Hold on. All right, you got those names?
How many guys did they got for crying out loud?
I know, it seems like more this year, right?
Yeah.
All right, now, for the skills challenge, you have a different flavor this year. You have Team Antetokounmpo. So that means Giannis and his brothers.
This is 3-man teams?
Yeah.
Okay.
Versus Team Cavs. Jared Allen, Darius Garland, Evan Mobley. All right. And then you have Team Rooks, all right, which are Scotty Barnes, Cade Cunningham from Detroit, and Josh Giddey from the Thunder.
Okay.
Which contest are you more interested in? Which one has your eye the most?
The 3-point contest. I think that I love the 3-point contest. You got to just step up and hit shots. There's a certain amount of pressure that builds in that thing. It's super fun to watch. The skills challenge, it's always a little odd. It's not really definitive. There's some fluky thing that can happen that I think can throw the whole contest off. But the 3-point contest, it's the purest contest. Everyone's got the same thing to do, and I love shooting under pressure, and I think that's the most compelling one, and it's not close. It's really the only one I look forward to.
All right, time. All righty, so the Samsung is releasing their latest phone, the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra. It releases February 25th, for those who want to know. This is going to be a $1,200 phone, Pink. Would you go out and get it?
No. No. I used to be an Android guy for years. I switched over to iPhone in a flukish manner. My daughter needed a phone, and they had like a buy one, get one, so I went to the iPhone. It's not that I'm an iPhone convert. I just feel scammed by the whole phone thing. Mm-hmm. The releases of the phones, the rising price, the way your phone mysteriously starts malfunctioning at the 18-month mark. It's like it's all a fucking racket. They know we need these phones to function, and they just ass rape us with no Vaseline. So fuck the phone company.
All right, Pink, last one.
Yes.
We're going to add a new wrinkle in here, man.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to do a fuck, marry, kill.
Ah, yes. These are great.
All right, so I'm going to give you this month here. We're going to do all black women, man, this month.
That's all I do.
For Black History.
That's all I do. The other 11 months.
All right, so let's give you this, all right?
All right.
Wendy Williams.
God.
Oprah Winfrey. and Viola Davis. Are you familiar with Viola Davis?
Hell yeah.
All right.
I probably jerked off to her.
So, hold on. All right, so you got the names?
Yeah.
Okay, go.
We're killing Wendy Williams. She's a fucking scourge on the earth. I was going to have a different take on this, like, in a weird way, but I actually like Viola Davis. She seems cool. I would marry her.
Okay.
And then we'd just fuck Oprah and be done with it. Just try to erase it from my memory. Let me say this, though. Here's where I was like, okay, if Viola Davis wasn't in the mix, if you had some other annoying, horrible person,
yeah,
I would say marry Oprah. without a prenup,
Okay.
and then do everything you can do to make her life miserable and suck away her joy, and then get money on the back end.
Yeah.
So
They get alimony. That's a good play.
hell yeah.
Now that's strategy.
Hell
That's
yeah.
you're thinking.
We're
you know?
playing chess. Out here.
That's time, man.
Yeah, God almighty.
That was fun.
Yeah.
Pink's reaction, man. That was fun. I like that.
You screwed up the F Mary Kill by putting somebody cool in there.
Viola?
Yeah.
Some people they don't find her attractive enough. Some people.
Oh yeah.
I like Viola though. She's
Compared
a great actress.
Compared to the people you had in there.
I know.
I mean, come on. If you put her in there with a different Wendy Williams and Oprah, Jesus Christ, a horse's ass would be good.
Wendy is the fucking worst, man. She has to be a man or.
I played basketball with a guy here in town,
Uh-huh.
and he had a long career in radio. He worked in New York in the same studio and building.
Oh wow.
He swears that that's a dude.
Up and down.
Yeah.
I wonder how tall she is. I don't know, but
Yeah.
but yeah, I would swear too, man.
It's like no doubt. Like I've met her. I've walked. We've been in the same building. Like that's a dude.
Yeah.
Like there's no. It's not questionable. I
Wow.
have zero doubt in my mind.
Wow.
So yeah, maybe he started standing at a urinal. I don't know. Third floor. Wendy Williams. My God.
You guys are on the bench with Bubba and Pink, home of sports music and mayhem. We had we have a friend of the show who told us we need to say that a little bit more so you guys can know what the show is about.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Sports music and mayhem.
That's right. I want to talk about basically a few of the things. Of course, we know it's Black History Month. I have a shirt on that says Black History Month every month. But because we don't talk about it every month, I want to get on here every show and just highlight something for sure. And I want to talk about some of the inventions. I don't want to say unknown because some people are more on top of this than others, right?
Yeah.
So let's just go with 10 things that maybe you didn't know that were invented by
10?
Black people. Huh?
10?
I mean, I can go by the hundreds.
Well, no. But
I'm
I'm
gonna
surprised you're picking 10 today. I thought we were going to go 3 or 4.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to go 10, and then we'll just talk about 1 or 2 of them that maybe caught you by surprise.
Okay.
All right?
What do we got?
So let's go with, all right, so traffic lights. All right, so traffic lights, I didn't know this was created by a Black person. It was created by Garrett Morgan, all right? He sold the rights to General Electric for $40,000.
Damn.
But traffic lights, I mean, if you can imagine how much it's fucking worth now, like
Yeah.
if that was an invention. GIFs. I did not know that. You know the GIFs?
I had heard the traffic light thing. I did not know the gentleman's name.
Yeah.
Is it GIF or GIF?
No. You talking about the second thing?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good question. I don't know.
Okay, neither do I.
Maybe it's a GIF. I say GIF because GIF sounds like a gift, like a
like
like
you're
a
handing
Valentine's
somebody,
Day gift. So I say
Hey, if you
GIF.
send a funny enough one, it is a gift.
Yeah, I know, right? That's what I'm gonna get. I'm not gonna. Yeah, but anyway.
All the ladies on the Valentine's Day list.
I know, right? Lisa Jalabiter. I'm sorry, some of these names I'm not gonna get right. There's no disrespect, but so yeah, she created that. That's phenomenal. I didn't know that. I use them every day. All right.
I barely ever use them.
For real?
Yeah.
You gotta get on it, man. They have some. They have some
don't
good
like
ones,
it.
man.
I think it's poor man's humor.
I'm a poor man.
I didn't mean in the financial sense. I meant in the the actual comedic sense.
This is a weird one. Ice cream scoop. I think this guy got credit for an invention that's.
Are we talking? We're talking about the thing you use to scoop the ice cream out and put it into the sundae.
Reading is fundamental. That's exactly what they're talking about. So that is a good invention. So back in the 1980s, that's kind of late.
1980s.
Yeah, man. After watching several servers struggle to scoop ice cream at a store, Alfred Krell, I promise I went to college, guys, created an ice cream scoop with the built-in scraper thing.
That's only in the 80s?
Yeah, 1980s.
I was born in the 70s. I thought my mom had
you
that in
had
the
one?
70s. Maybe my mom
Just a
invented
spoon.
it.
Oh, maybe your mom invented it. She needs to
But
go get her
that's
credit, man.
Nobody uses that anymore, do they?
I think so.
They do use it?
I haven't been to an ice cream shop in years.
Now I thought they use kind of like a heavier metal, and they keep it cold, and it just kind of like dices into the ice cream.
Oh,
And you
yeah?
scoop it out. I thought, but I remember that because it was actually kind of annoying. You kind of insert the thing, and you have to use your thumb to kind of do the
Yeah.
little scoop thing. Yeah, all right, good for him.
Yeah, good for him. Home security system. I didn't know this.
But just any particular system? Or
The,
just,
the initial one. So home
Okay.
security systems are one of the best ways to stay protected. Excuse me, of course. A full-time nurse. Shout out to all the nurses out there, man.
she's the one that invented
Nurse Brittany. Yeah, Marie Van Britten Brown. Maybe that's my auntie or something.
Could be.
Invented home security systems. That's big.
That's solid.
A nurse?
I very rarely use the home security system. It's more annoying to have it like go off like unexpectedly, or forget to turn it on, or forget
Yeah.
to turn it off upon entering the house.
Those new ones are crazy though.
And
man.
then
The ones you can
they
get on your
charge you
phone.
money.
Yeah.
Like, I don't like paying for that.
Yeah, but the new ones they have are crazy. The ones you can put on your phone, and they'll tell you like if someone just walking by, and they got the cameras. And
I did. Okay, I gotta say this. I did have a coworker a couple years ago. He was at work at the office. Somebody invaded his home, and he did have like some system, and he was able to like yell at the person, and they heard it in his house, and it freaked him out. And
Oh,
it was
man.
actually pretty funny to watch.
I have I'm so glad you just shared that. I have a crazy story.
Good.
I'm gonna write it down so I don't forget. I have a crazy story about that. I really do. I can't believe I forgot about that. I haven't told it yet. All right, Pink has jarred a memory, man.
That's good. That's a
All
positive.
right, the dryer.
The clothes dryer.
So we had the washer, but apparently we didn't have the dryer.
So some honky developed the washer.
So George T. Sampson created the clothes dryer in the 1890s. It's been around that long?
Hey, this jogs a story for me.
Go ahead.
So one time, it was the end of the school year. It was the summertime. And unbeknownst to me, my mom started drying the clothes on the line.
Yeah,
Instead of
that's
the
where I
machine.
grew up at.
Oh, so I get up on the morning. I put on one of my T-shirts that I thought was clean. And I'm sitting there and go, God, my shirt smells like it smells like I was running around. Like, this is terrible. So I go take it off. Mom must have forgot this one. Put on another shirt. Same thing. I'm like, all my shirts smell like shit. And so I questioned my mom when she returned home. I'm like, what's going on here? She goes, oh, I put them out in the air to dry. Like, they smell horrible. So thanks to this guy, we don't have to put up with smelly shirts.
Yeah, man. Shout out to George, man. Shout out to George.
George, you're my hero.
Blood banks. Didn't know this one.
There you go.
Created by Dr. Charles Drew, the first doctor on the list.
There you
Creating
go.
some stuff. Dustpans. Dustpans were, hold on. Dustpans were already a thing, but Lloyd Ray improved them. He invented the kind that were able to stand on their own. We need that. Who wants to bend all the way down to sweep? So apparently they only had the small ones that you have to bend
okay,
all the way
I
down.
got you. Yeah.
He created the ones that can stand up with a stand.
I gotta say that hasn't reached my house yet.
No?
No.
You a vacuum guy or
Yeah, vacuum guy.
Swiffer upper or whatever you call that?
No.
This goes back to my childhood. A Super Soaker.
Oh yes,
Super
I knew
Soakers
that.
were a top-selling toy for X amount of years. They were created by Lonnie Johnson, who also worked for NASA and the Air Force. This
Really?
guy's just all over the place.
He's everywhere with the super.
And he has a fucking billionaire idea.
I wonder if he. I
wish I was in
kind of
his family.
debuted the super soaker like over there at NASA, like in the hallway, just blasting people.
Yeah, know what I mean?
We gotta keep the mood lighted here.
Or maybe he was at a white T-shirt contest and was like, I got something that can
think
make
we
this
can do
better.
NASA's over there on the coast. Maybe went up to Daytona.
Yeah, man. I'm telling you.
For Black College reunion weekend. He's like, hey.
And we have two left. All right. Shout out to Alvin Kamara. Elevators.
Elevators.
So we have Alexander Miles. He came up with the idea after his daughter almost fell down an elevator shaft. So he came up with automatic elevator doors. So the doors that how they automatically open.
And yeah.
So
Yeah.
because back in the day I could see the older movies. I'm playing it in my head. Those elevators, they had this weird fucking thing. They didn't automatically open. Like you had to pull it
Oh
open.
yeah, like what? Yeah, you
And
had
then
to pull it
jump
apart with your
in
hands.
and then put
Yes. Okay.
So he came up with automatic doors. He was in one and was like, I probably can make this better. Shout out to Alexander. And last one, mic check 1, 2, 3, man. Microphones.
Really?
Didn't know that.
There you go.
While working at Bell's Lab, I thought it was going to say Bell's the store. James West created the microphones.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
Why I was a friend of mine's been posting stuff every day.
Oh yeah.
Shout out to Ellis Dean, with different facts like that. And there was a black inventor who created the filament that goes in the light bulb. And so I guess Thomas Edison or whatever did the light bulb, but then the filament was what it was important to make it last for any significant amount of time. The original light bulb might last for like a couple of hours and that's it. And so to actually have it last long enough to become like a practical thing to use, that was actually done by a black inventor.
No, that is good, man.
And then here's what I have to say this because I've said this to other people. If you want to make a lot of money, everyone wants to make money. Like what you need to do, and if you think about almost every one of those things that was invented, there was a problem or a situation, and one of these inventors said, I can make this better.
Exactly.
And it's like, and I was told by my roommate in college, and he said, if you want to study and make money, study people and what gives them a problem, and find a solution to that.
Yeah.
And that's if you find that there's no cap on the growth you can have, because people will start going, it'll just change everything. And so like all these inventions, just stuff that made life easier, even in a basic, simple way, like scooping some ice cream.
You know what I mean?
And that guy,
like you said, he saw the servers. He went to the store. He saw the server having problems scooping the ice cream in his cup. And he was like, I could do something about that.
Yeah.
So
necessity is the mother of invention.
Oh man, and there's still a lot of shit to be invented, man. So if you have that type of creative mind,
the thing about it is that even though we advance technologically, we just deal with different problems.
Yeah.
Hell, we had problems starting the show today.
Yeah, man.
And so, like, if you can find solutions to things that bother people, you put yourself in a great position.
You really do. You really do. You really do. You guys are on the bench with Bubba and Pink. That was a moment in Black history, man. Some of the top things that were invented by African Americans, man. Pink, we are ending towards the end of the show here. I'm trying to think if
do you have a story for us or no?
I don't have a story.
Oh, crush!
I don't have a story. I had the Valentine's Day story.
Oh, it's a brief one though. It really didn't have like a twist to it.
No twist. We don't need.
The only revealing component is you still have a teddy bear in your closet. A decade and a half after this fateful Valentine's Day.
Yeah, man, a big bag of gummy bears, and we gave a lesson to the women that are trying to buy things for their significant other. You can go simple, man. You don't have to go all out.
Go simple.
You don't have to go all out, man. I'm
simple.
I'm saving all my good stories for the new format.
Okay.
Matter of fact, let me write that one down for you. I forget the last one. But the All-Star game. We'll talk more about in depth the All-Star game next week. Try to get Juan on the show, man.
Yeah, we'll get Juan on. We'll talk the post-Super Bowl and the halftime show, which got you all excited.
Yeah, man.
And I'm sure somebody will do something stupid over the next 7 days.
Maybe even another sex tape. Maybe this time by a female. Maybe her titties will be smaller than we like, and we get to complain.
Still. Have you ever complained about small titties?
I have not.
Okay.
I have not. And I've had some of the ones that are just like really not there at all.
Yeah.
So I
really
didn't make any difference to me.
I'm not a titty guy.
I'm not at all.
They don't really make too much difference at all. There's other things that are more important.
Yeah.
So focus your attention where it matters.
It's unfortunate because some of the girls, they have like big titties and they think they're like, I'm a big titty. You should like me. Like, it's just not a thing for
They're
me.
quite cumbersome. And usually girls with really big titties, they don't do a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Like, they just kind of sit around. They have back problems later in life. You got to get them early.
You know what I mean?
Before they're beset by back problems.
Oh man, Jimmy Green is not gonna like that one. She thinks we talk about women in a bad way, but we speaking reality. That's reality. They have back problems when they get older. What is
That's
the
right.
problem with
That's
talking
right.
about the truth?
Yeah, guys that play football get CTE, and chicks with big boobs have bad backs.
There you go. Way to bring it home.
On that note, we'll see you next week with another great show.
All right, we're out.
We're out. Back problems. Oh, dude, that was so funny. The F Mary Kill thing.
I know, right? How do we get this thing? Oh, hold on. No, not cancel. I want to stop streaming.